If I look like I haven't slept in days, it's because I haven't slept in days. Did I really watch all of Produce 101 Season 2 in 3 days? Yes. Am I regretting it? Yes. But now I have 40 new crushes and a growing hate for Koreans because you wouldn't recognize talent even if you had it right in front of you, dancing wildly, holding a sign that says talent on it. What? I'm not bitter. For the ones that haven't watched or haven't heard of Produce 101, let me explain. Produce 101 is a Korean reality show where the judges are replaced by Koreans themselves that become the national producers. So it's kind of like if the X Factor and the Hunger Games had a child, this would be it.
Produce 101 Season 2.
On one hand, Produce 101 is everything that I hate in talent shows because you take an entire country whose majority has no knowledge of music and dance whatsoever and you put the fate of a music group in their hands. I mean, why would you? It's kind of like showing up to a bank and asking the bankers for a medical consultancy. You just don't do that. Basically, Produce 101 is turning something as important as music into an even more nonsensical business. Paradoxically though, I even appreciate it because of the great business move that it actually was. I mean, give the people what they want, right? And we all know that what the public wants is dancing, singing, cute faces, and it doesn't matter if they're only mildly talented. But maybe I'm just reading too much into it and being the mood ruiner that I always am. So, if you haven't run away yet, let's talk about Produce 101. I'm not gonna stand here and talk about each and every contestant because number one, I don't have the time. Number two, to be fair with you, only 25 to 30 contestants actually stood out to me and the remaining are just kind of like a blur. So, not because they were characterless or unimportant, but simply because I couldn't bring myself to care. So let's get to the episodes. Episodes 1 and 2 were actually the episodes that I enjoyed the most, probably because they were the funniest and they were entertaining as hell. And I mean, like, I got lured into watching this program because of the memes, and boy, was I not disappointed. In the first episode, like every respectable reality show, we have the presentation of the contestants with a little twist because instead of having 30, 50 contestants tops, we have 101. And they all look so happy and hopeful. Poor things didn't know what was awaiting them. 101 trainees also means 101 faces, the majority of which you will see once, maybe twice, if they were really lucky, and you have no choice but to refer to them as that one. Anyways, after every single trainee has made their entrance, they find out that they're gonna be evaluated right away. There's the occasional tearjerker moment that wasn't really a tearjerker for me, and then there are the token, why is he even here characters that are made to laugh at them, and those were actually the ones that made me cry. This pantomime extends even to episode 2 because once again there are 101 fucking trainees. Seriously, whose idea was it? Because what's the point in having so many fucking contestants if you're not gonna give them any showtime? Anyways, each trainee receives a grade from A to F. A being you get to eat and be treated as a normal human, also you get screen time and visibility, and F being who let the tone deaf into the studio. Our trainees then move on to learning Naya. And watching this part of the episode was single-handedly one of the most frustrating things that I've ever seen in my entire life.
형이 솔직하게 얘기하면 넌 노래에 재능이 아예 없어. 넌 노래에 재능이 아예 없어.
Yeah, well, it's not like you're helping in any way. Of course they aren't doing well. That's not how you learn a choreography fruitfully. You dip. I swear that I enjoyed the show, it just frustrated me a lot, but I really enjoyed watching Produce 101, I swear. Anyways, what comes next? Surprise, surprise! Another evaluation, because the one right before this one wasn't enough. Apparently, I spare you the annoying ass editing made to create suspense, or everyone more or less demonstrates that they belong to the category that was assigned to them, and so we can move on. Only a few get actually re-evaluated. A center is chosen for the first performance, and that's it. I have nothing to say about this. I'm not gonna complain, because in my opinion it deserved it, so I'm not gonna be grumpy about it. Then it's finally time for some challenges, and yes, give me the excitement, give me the emotions, give me the drama. Whilst the trainees were facing their challenge, I was facing a challenge of my own, which was understanding the scoring system. I swear to God, I've never felt more incompetent in my entire life. Granted, I've never been good at maths, but this was like a whole other level. Maybe it's just me, but like, Jesus Christ. Gave up trying to understand halfway, deciding to just go with the flow, and if they were happy, I would be happy, and if they were sad, it meant they lost, and that's it. Oh look, it's finally time for the elimination. The episode starts with the presentation of the 98 trainees. Wait, 98? Where did the other 3 trainees go? Anyways, they all make their entrance, and no wonder these episodes are so fucking long. It takes them forever to actually get to a damn point, although I have to admit that some of these clips are very entertaining, so some others though. And a bunch of trainees get eliminated, but I mean, this elimination didn't make a big difference because with with its shitty ass editing, it never felt like they were part of the program in the first place, so anyways. Look, it's time for another evaluation. I was starting to miss those. By this point, I had figured out the episode structure, so I could skip parts easily. Am I an horrible person? When the music started getting all piano-y, I knew it was time for one of those emotional moments that are emotional the first times that you see them, but then after it kind of becomes very annoying, especially if you've been binge watching like I did. After like the 5th time in a row that you have a trainee crying because they want to debut, it kind of becomes like really annoying. The trainees form groups in a random ass way that was admittedly very fucking entertaining. Starting from the first dude on the rank, who by the way I just realized that like he's a year younger than me, and he kind of like, now I don't know how to feel about it. Anyways, each trainee has to choose the song that they want to perform without knowing their group members. Of course, who's in the lower rank isn't as free to choose as the ones in the higher ranks. Once again, the voting system is hella confusing, so I'm just gonna pretend that I understood it when I didn't. But I was too into the performances to actually care, so. The episode opens with Boa treating the contestants to pizza, and I know that it's not relevant, but as an Italian, it kind of was very relevant to me.
Ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Then it's time for another challenge. Are you getting tired already? This time, the groups are chosen by the national producers, who surprisingly do a good job, and I wasn't expecting it at all. But at the end, the voting doesn't do much because the groups end up getting mixed. It's kind of like, congrats, you played yourself. Then there's another elimination and the trainees' numbers come down to 35. And I can finally recognize everyone, although I still remember 10 name stops. But still, then the new real teens start to finally perform their own new songs. And honestly, some of them are such bops.
Never.
I wonder what will happen now.
여러분의 첫 번째 순위 발표식이 진행되는
Shocking.
날입니다.
Groundbreaking. This was admittedly the hardest one to watch. Perhaps because I actually knew every single trainee and it kind of hurt more. But I did not cry. No. not at all. But honestly, had it been for me, 101 would have had 35 members. Now, that would have been something groundbreaking. Can't we do that, Mnet? Can we do that? I mean, it's never too late. You know, it's never too late to change your opinion. 101 has just debuted, so it's like, you can change it, right? We can still do this, right? Other than that, the 2 final songs are finally revealed, and the 2 teams are formed in a revisited version of Hold It Hot Potato. We're almost done. I feel like we've run a very, very, very tedious marathon. The debut evaluation starts off with the eliminated trainees joining the last remaining 20 for a performance of It's Me. The 2 songs get performed, then to get themselves more ad money, Mnet decided that they wanted to milk this shit for all of its worth, and so they decided to lengthen the episodes with, you've guessed it, tearjerker moments that sure as hell didn't get to me. I don't want to talk about this. Finally, the members of 101 are announced, and although I already knew who was gonna debut, I still find myself hoping for someone to join them. Anyways, here's 101's members in one word. Meme, also a cutie, charming little shit, my actual dad, the brightest, sweetest, funniest person on this planet. What? It's one word. Look it up. Talented little shit.
A report.
Super cutie. My child.
Yes, good. Yes, good.
Super hardworking and deserving. Once again, yes, it's a real word.
You are my honey bun, sugar plum, pumpkin.
All in all, Produce 101 was actually my first Korean reality show. I didn't think I would enjoy myself this much, and I know that it doesn't sound by the way that I talked about it, but I actually truly didn't mind it that much. I'm still very grumpy over a lot of stuff, but that's not Produce 101's fault. I think that the way that the trainees and the idols themselves are treated is terrifying, and of course my issues with that rubbed off over Produce 101. But all in all, it was a pretty good show, and yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to watch the other stuff that I made over here.
Empty chairs at empty tables, where my friends will meet no more.